welcome back to Unicorn Dust Designs. If you are joining us for the first time, hello, my name is Sammy, and on this channel we do DIYs, we do wood signs, and there's always tons and tons of laughter. So if you think that you'd be into that, then make sure to keep watching. And with that said, let's go ahead and get right into the DIYs.
Right, you guys, we got a laywood round. So, couple questions we'll get out of the way. This is an 18-inch wood round. I usually get all my wood rounds from Home Depot when they are in stock. I am going to be staining with this gel stain by Rust-Oleum. I actually got this at the Dollar Tree. Usually, I use oil-based stains, and I will use a microfiber cloth to apply the stain. I think that got all of it out of the way. All right, so with this gel stain, well, any stain, you're going to stain it with the grain of the wood. I am going to stain the front, the back, and the sides. I will say this gel stain wasn't as movable as the oil stain. I guess it's supposed to dry faster than oil stain. But I kept this overnight. I think that's just because I'm used to doing that. So I don't really know if it dried faster or not. So I wanted to point out, after I was done staining, I applied this clear shellac to my wood round. This is going to keep the knots of the woods and any of the stain from peeking through our bright white paint. You could also use this stuff on things like vintage furniture, so that like you don't have the tannins coming through or the oils coming through. So it's a great product to keep in your stash. So now I'm going to apply my painter's tape. As you can see, there are lines already there for you where the glued pieces of wood are. This is Scotch 233 Plus automotive tape. It is expensive, but this is what works for me. It's just very adhesive, so I never have any bleeds with it. I do have all of the products I use for my wood rounds in my Amazon store link down in the description box. So now I'm going to go ahead and wrap that around my wood round, and then I'm taking linen white by Rust-Oleum, my mini sponge roller. These come in a 2-pack at Menards, and I am going to do 2 coats of the white paint on top and on the sides leading up to our painter's tape, of course. You should never have to put a bunch of pressure on your roller. Just coat your roller appropriately and you should be fine. Then comes the most satisfying part, taking that paint off. Save that paint, painter's tape, you can reuse it. And look at that crisp line. All right, so now I'm gonna take my stencil that I made with my Cricut. This is Aura Mask 813 stencil vinyl. I have a lot of you saying that you get bubbles in your stencil vinyl. I highly recommend, if this is something that you are going to continue to do, to invest your money in the big roll. I think it's like $63. You want the stencil vinyl to come on its original cardboard roll, because what happens is when you get these smaller rolls, the person that is like rolling up the vinyl rolls it too tight, and that's where the bubbles come from, and it is very hard to get those bubbles out. So I highly suggest investing in the bigger roll. So now that we have that applied, I am taking Crimson Red by Waverly. I cleaned my sponge roller, I rolled it in a towel to get that excess water out, and I am just using it again. So again, do not apply any pressure to this roller. You should just be using a light hand. The more pressure you put down on it, the more chances you are of pushing that paint underneath your stencil. So I do 2 coats, you guys. And as you can see, my Aura Mask starts bubbling up. And I'm like, why is this happening? That's so weird. It's never, see how I'm like trying to push it down around the letters? I'm like, this has never happened before. And I could not figure it out for the life of me. But then I get onto the second coat and start drying that. And then I fill the heat gun, because I have a cool setting and a hot setting on my heat gun. But the cool setting, you can also change it to become like more like warm. And what I was doing was drying this with with heat. And so it was causing my vinyl to bubble up. Then it caused this amazing, which what happened to that? I don't know, you guys. Um, okay, well, sorry. I took the stencil vinyl off. I'm gonna apply it with this. I'm gonna apply clear matte spray paint over the top. You just need a very light mist, and then you are going to let it dry. It takes less than a minute, and this is going to help um, not spread that red paint onto your white. So I am now taking Helmsman water based. I'm going to put the can right here. You can see under Minwax, it says water based. This is what you want to not, in order to not yellow your white paint. If it does not say water based, then more than likely it's going to yellow your paint. So I am using a chip brush here. I'm going to apply 2 coats to the front, to the back, and then obviously we're going to touch up on the sides as well. Make sure you hit your sides up, because if not, then you're going to have drips going down the side and they will dry a nice cloudy white color, which we do not want. So I am going to finish applying the first coat, and then I'm just going to fast forward the other ones, you guys. I think you get it, right? And this is just a chip brush, just an old cheap chip brush that I'm applying it with here. All right, now I'm taking my D hooks. These are in my Amazon store link as well. And I put them about 3 inches in on each side, and then I guesstimate how far down. So I screw those in. I'm going to take my wired jute cord. This is actually from Dollar Tree, and I prefer this over ribbon. It holds up very well. I have one on my door right now, and I've never had issues with the wired jute cord. So we're going to do the other side as well. You just twist that on up. I put a little hot glue just so like the actual like jute doesn't unravel on me. And then after that, we are then, you guys, I don't know how I made this bow, but I made it and it looks so good. I think I did like a circle, okay? Then I scrunched it together. Then I brought the bow towards me and then away from me. I don't know. You guys just watch, because I don't know what I did. And then I twisted it around the middle. And then I am going to lay my greenery in there. So usually, if you've seen my videos before, I usually zip tie my bow and my greenery together. This time, I just had to wrap it, and then I'm going to hot glue the strand in the middle to the back. And this was not budging. Like, my greenery is not going anywhere. You guys, I don't know how I created this, but it was so easy and it looks so good. Now I'm taking my industrial strength Velcro, and we are going to apply this to the back of our bow and our greenery. I have been using this for quite some time now. I have one on my front door right now. I have the like storm door that slams against it all the time, and it is still holding strong. I prefer to use this. That way you could change your bow out, next year if, red trucks isn't your thing. You could easily change your bow out by taking off the, what do you call it? The Velcro. And if it ever did come off, all you had to do was apply more Velcro. But I have not had that issue personally. And that greenery, did I already say I got it from Walmart? I got it from Walmart, y'all. So we're just going to go ahead and take that off, and look at how pretty. I wanted this to be a little bit more simple so people that were beginners could easily achieve this look. I love the bright white with the red, and then that bow. That ribbon is actually from Dollar General. So I hope you guys really enjoyed this wood round.
All right, you guys, I brought you a Christmas wood round. All of the DIYs in today's video are going to be very, I would say, beginner friendly if you are new to working with wood. My wood rounds are one of the things that you guys like the most. So I wanted to do a Christmas wood round that was super easy, very beginner friendly, so more people could make it without the difficulty of more designs and all that stuff. So I hope you guys are enjoying this video. I told you I have a huge announcement in this video. So keep watching because it will be coming up, and then also hang out for the bloopers as well. And you guys make sure you check out my description box because I have that Amazon link I keep referencing in this video. And then I also am on TikTok and I'm on Instagram. So make sure to follow me there as well. And then you guys know the drill. If you're digging me, if you're digging the DIYs, if you are digging this channel, then make sure you like and make sure you subscribe. It is a free way that you can support your girl here on YouTube. And with that said, my friends, let's go ahead and get back into the last 3 Christmas wood DIYs.
All right, y'all, for this one, my friend gave me these like wood signs when she was moving. So I am taking 2 of the pieces. I'm going to take the backing off of these. Literally everything I either got free or I got on Facebook Marketplace. Even the wood round my girlfriend Tina gave me. All right, so we're going to go ahead and paint the front and the back and the sides all linen white by Rust-Oleum. I think I only had to do 1 coat on these. And then as you can see, we have the 4 pieces. The 2 smaller ones are going to connect our 2 wood pieces together. So I'm going to fast forward this. Now, you guys, do as I say, not as I do, because I did not apply any wood glue to this. So normally, you would apply wood glue to the 2 middle pieces and then to your small wood pieces that are going to hold your sign together. I did not do that. Then, taking my nail gun, y'all, I am measuring because I don't want it to pop through. But then the longer ones, I'm like, you know what? I'm just going to give it a try. Your girl knew what was going to happen. And it happened. It busted through the front of the sign. So then I put in these smaller staples, and those were too small. It went through the first piece of wood, but it would not go through the second. So then I had to get old school, and I just took nails and hammered them on in. I had to. It was the only way to make it work because I didn't have any nails for my nail gun that were like in between the 2 sizes. So you guys, so this is where I'm trying the little nails. And then I'm like, nope, that's not going to work. So then I just end up nailing it. All right, so now I'm repurposing the D-hooks that were originally on there. D-hooks are great to use if you think that you're going to be putting weight onto something. So since this is going to have hooks on it, I wanted to make sure I had D-hooks so that it could withstand the weight that might be hanging from it. So now that that's done, we're going to flip it on over. I am going to take these hooks. This is from Dollar General. I got it on clearance, you guys, for I think like $1.50. And John was the one that had the idea because these hooks were like put on super crooked. He was like, we should take off the hooks, put them on some barn wood, and then we could resell it at the booth for way more than $1.50. So that is what I'm doing. I'm taking off these farmhouse hooks from this Dollar General sign. You know I'm going to keep that piece of little MDF because we could use that for something. And then I am going to attach it to our wood sign. So I'm using my painter's tape to have a nice straight guideline as to where to put my hooks. Then I'm going to grab a pencil and I'm going to start marking where the holes are in these hooks. And that is going to give me a nice guideline because we are going to pre-drill some holes. That way it's easier for me to screw the screws that came with the hooks back in. So as you can see, doing that, yep, easy, easy, easy. And then I am just going to screw those back in. So again, the wood was free and then the hooks were like $1.50. What's up? Okay, so now I'm going to take my stencil again with Aura Mask 813 stencil vinyl. I got this image off of the Cricut Access. And I am just going to apply that down. Well, I'm trying to get this as straight as possible. It is so hard when you pick a design with straight lines like the border. Because if it's crooked, you're going to tell. All right, so we're going to apply that. We're going to peel the transfer tape back, which is Vinyl Ease transfer tape. And then, sorry that the color changes when blue gets all up in the mix. So now I'm taking Rich Black by Folk Art. I'm using my stencil brush from Dollar Tree, and I'm just kind of stippling this on. I didn't want it to be like a clean black. I wanted it to look a little worn. So that's why I'm stippling it on instead of like sponge rolling it on. I'm not trying to cover every nook and cranny on this. So now I'm going to go ahead and take that off. No bleeds whatsoever. That's what's up. And I don't use Mod Podge. Don't. I just have a very soft hand and I don't apply any pressure when I am painting a stencil. So I am going to finish weeding this. I think I kept a lot of this in here for some reason. You're welcome. But I like this because it can go for winter too. Like it doesn't just have to be a Christmas, you know, what would this be? A shelf hanger, a hanger, you know what but look at how cute this is. Like the farmhouse hooks are everything. I love that it's winter related. You could see the basket that I made in my previous video hanging from there, a cute little scarf, and this will be definitely going in my booth. Okay, this next one, you guys, I found these. These are actually lids to ammo boxes, and I think I got 6 of them for $25 on Facebook Marketplace. I sanded them with a very low grit sandpaper. I want to say like 80, maybe 60 to get all of the stuff off of it. And then I sprayed it with shellac as well. And then I'm going to go in with our rich black chalk paint. Now, this chalk paint is super thick. Even when I put a little water in it and mix it up, it is thick. So I wanted to show you what I'm doing. I am getting my spray bottle. I am spritzing the water on the wood and then applying my chalk paint. This helps the chalk paint move and it helps it go further. So I learned this by watching Amber Strong paint furniture, and seriously, it is like one of my best takeaways because I would have probably used so much paint if I did not have that water to really spread this chalk paint out and kind of like thin it out for me. So I am going to paint the front, the back, the sides. I am planning on selling this in my booth. So for me, I rather take the time and have a very finished product for somebody. But to each their own. Some people don't like wasting their product on the back of like signs and stuff. So that's understandable. But for me, I know if I buy something, I would want it to look finished. So after this dries, I am then marking out some holes on the back here. And I am going to then, any day now. Sometimes I think I do a really great job editing, and sometimes I'm like, how did you miss this boring part? Sorry, you guys. So we're going to take our drill gun, and I am going to drill some holes up in this wood. One, if I don't drill my table first. And then I'm going to drill another hole on the opposite side. I'm going to take some nautical rope from Dollar Tree, feed that on in there, knot it up. I'm going to pull it as hard as I can just to make sure that knot is good and it's there and it's not unwinding. I'll put it through the opposite side, and I think this was like the way to go because it just ties in very well. So next I'm taking, you guessed it, Aura Mass Stencil Vinyl Linen White by Rust-Oleum, and I made this with my Cricut. So now I am taking my stencil brush once again, and I am stenciling on my paint. Now, I always get asked, why not just use vinyl? For me, you guys, I rather take that little extra time to paint because one, it's going to last way longer, and two, I can charge a lot more for something that is painted versus something that has vinyl on it. And again, for me, it's being able to guarantee the person that's buying this is going to be able to enjoy it forever versus vinyl. I can't guarantee that because usually vinyl lasts up to like 5 years, and this is an indoor sign. So I'm going to take that off. Again, no bleeds. my favorite part. Okay, so after I'm done weeding that, as you can see, I'm brushing off that chalk paint. And then I'm going to take my IOD stamps. You guys have seen me use these multiple times. I love the snowflake ones. I don't know why. So I'm just applying some white chalk paint to them. And then I'm going to put these sporadically on here. At first I was going to leave this completely plain and just do the Merry Mel. And then I was like, oh, it needs something else. It needs something a little bit more Christmassy. So use your imagination, or if you like the simplicity, then don't put anything. You do you, okay? So after I'm done with this, we are going to take some twine. I double knot it. Then we are going to use our staple gun. I'm going to make sure that's hammered down so it's nice and tight. Now, when you're doing a sign like this, you need to make sure you are pulling that twine as tightly as you can. If you have any give whatsoever in this twine, what is going to happen is when you apply like the little clips to hang pictures or cards, it is going to sag. And the more you use it, the more sagging you're going to have, and it's just not going to be pretty. So pull as tightly as you can here and wrap it around. You'll see right here, I'm going to stop. I'm going to double knot it again. And then I am going to staple this to the board. It took me 3 tries to do it, but I did it. And this is just giving me like another point of like just making sure it's attached very well. And then I'll go ahead and bring that all the way down. Then I'm going to take more of these fairy lights. You guys, I need to put these in my Amazon store for you. I just wrapped it around the back. I'm going to wrap it around 3 times right here. And I feel like this just like, oh my gosh, completed this and took it up a notch for sure. I'm going to Velcro this little pack to the back. That way, if you ever had to change it, it easily comes off. And that's it, you guys. We are absolutely done with this sign. And it came out, look at, absolutely gorgeous. And this is a big sign. Like this ammo box lid, it's pretty darn big. Oh, and make sure you clear it as well. I did clear Rust-Oleum spray paint for this because it's going inside. And I love the addition. And Mama Mickey gave me that card last year. But I love the addition of the lights. It just makes it. All right, you guys, for this one, we are making a framed wood sign. So I am going to take, this is actually permanent stencil vinyl. This is 651 Oracle? Yeah, vinyl. And we are going to be applying this directly to this sign. So this wood piece and the frames that I already pre-cut were actually for another sign, and I already happen to have it in my stash. So that's why I'm using it. I did stain the wood with True Black. I believe it's by Minwax. And now I'm applying my stencil vinyl right here. And then, oh, well, I've got to make sure we get it straight because there's a straight line on there, of course. So I got to be a little bit more precise. Now that that vinyl is on, we are going to take the Rust-Oleum Linen White. I am taking that sponge roller once again, and we are going to apply 2 coats of this. So you'll see a drastic difference like between a 1 coat and 2 coats. So make sure you let that dry in between coats before you apply your second one. After our second one is applied, I guess I didn't cut this. Sorry, you guys. The kids just got home from eating ice cream. Oh, and I do have this heat gun in my Amazon store link too. I love that it's multi-use because it has the cool setting and the hot setting. Don't know why I decided to have you guys watch all of this, so I apologize. You guys know that I love to keep you on here, listening to my voice because it's so soothing. I could probably stop it and delete it, but at this point, you guys, I've already talked your head off for like 50 seconds. So, okay, so you'll see the difference between 1 coat and 2 coats. Again, you should not have to use any pressure with this. Sorry, you guys had to watch all of this. Okay. So now we'll go ahead and we will weed our vinyl out. Now, make sure you have a great weeding tool. This is the Cricut weeding tool. It is my favorite. I have several of them. They are so sharp and they get under that vinyl so well. Now, you'll see once you're peeling up vinyl, you get a bunch of flakes, and I am dusting it off with my paintbrush. If one of those flakes get on the black part and you happen to kind of like smear your finger with it, it is literally like putting wet paint on your wood. It will not come off. So that is why I'm kind of trying to dust as I move along. So after I'm done weeding, we are going to get my frames. I will leave a link down in the description box for y'all how to make a wood framed sign. I do have a step-by-step tutorial, and we are going to apply wood glue to the bottom of those frames so you could see. Now, if I was in the garage or making this for someone other than myself, I would be using wood clamps to really hold the wood sign together and make sure that it is nice and tight. So after that, we apply that last one. Now I'm using my nail gun and I'm going to attach the frame itself together to each other, and then I attach the frame to the wood itself. Now, don't mind the back. This was for me. If it was for someone else, I definitely would have stained that black. So now I'm taking a sawtooth hanger, putting that right in the middle. Oh, that looks really crooked. Do I fix that? Jeez, good thing this is mine. All right, you guys, and this is our special, huge announcement. We are now becoming Veltri Party of 5. Baby Veltri is due June 2022. We are so excited to finally be able to share this with you, and I have more details coming right after this. All right, you guys, here is the bump. Bump, 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 bump. I am getting way bigger than my last 2 pregnancies, which is pretty common. I am 3 months pregnant, and it was very sudden. A little backstory. We actually set an appointment to get my IUD out because we wanted to start trying again, but my body had a different idea because a week before that appointment, I found out that I was pregnant with the IUD, and it was 2 months past its expiration date. So ladies out there, do not mess around with the IUD expiration dates. Nay, nay. Okay. Just don't even try it. So, we wanted to have another baby anyways. So it just happened a little bit more suddenly and quickly than we had imagined. And that is why I was out the 2 weeks. That is why I had to stop a lot of the things, because this pregnancy has been a lot different than my first 2. I have been extremely sick. I've had other things going on with my body as well due to getting pregnant with the IUD. And so it's just been really rough, but my doctor did prescribe me a medication, and it has completely changed my life while being pregnant. I finally am feeling like myself. I am having more energy. I could actually like get up in the morning and move around. For a while there, all I did was lay in bed, and that's all I could do without being extremely sick. So, welcome to this journey with me, you guys. It'll be fun. I will obviously be sharing anything and everything that I can with you. I share more on Instagram, so make sure that you're following me there. And we will find out if it's a boy or girl, but not until 20 weeks, the old school way with an ultrasound, no blood work or anything. So, hang tight there, but you know what? We'll be happy with whatever God wants to give us, because we already got a boy and a girl. So
we lucky already. So you guys, I just wanted to share that news with you. I actually am sharing the news with you guys before I even share it on Facebook or tell more of our family and friends. So I'm really excited to experience this journey and have the support of so many of my unicorn community members. I don't know. But you guys, thank you so much. Thank you so much for watching this video, and I can't wait to read your guys' comments, and I hope you guys have an amazing week, and I will be back here next week. Bye.